Yeah, and you
here.
can't tan either, so it's like you could spray
I can
tan.
little bits. I can get like Trump. I should get one of those.
I would.
Straight up.
I wish I had a pair of those shoes now. I really do. I wish I had been able to.
Aren't
get
they
a
like
pair.
$400?
They sold out. I think he only made 1,000 pair and then sold them out.
There'll be more. You can get your Trump shoes.
This one Arab investor just bought them all, and who knows? He just wanted them real bad, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly not what they do with fucking every single celebrity and politician book deal.
I'm sure they legitimately sold. But the in Trump news, I don't know if he's going to have to pay all that money that they want from him.
Mm-hmm.
It would seem that he is, but then if he becomes president, I wonder what he's going to do if he becomes president with all of his enemies. But I see that the Supreme Court is going to look over the January 6th things, perhaps in regard to whether or not a president can even be, fallible criminally, and what that's actually going to do, regardless of what they find, is push that beyond the red line of election day. So it's sort of a moot point now in general, and that has been for all the mockery of his legal team. And from the outside looking in, looks like a bunch of clowns. But for all the mockery of them, it looks like in this regard they have managed to kick the ball enough times that he's going to get his shot at being the president before they can nail him for any January 6th sort of treasonous charges.
Yeah, they've got nobody but him to run. Like, I did see the results of all the primaries, and he is blowing the pants off of everybody else.
He's winning like 60-40.
I think he won like 60-30 something against Nikki Haley in her home state.
Yeah, South Carolina, you would think being her home state would be a strong one for her, but that's Trump country, apparently.
Yeah,
she's
just not very well liked.
She does better with a more educated population. She did better in the Northeast. She did better in Iowa. She didn't do that well in South Carolina. But
she's just not likable. She just comes off as so just to the highest bidder. Never seen a war she didn't like. Hawkish. Just going to serve big business interests. Like, seems to be indifferent, if not disliking of her supposed constituents. Like, she just sucks. I do not like her.
Well, I don't know about all that, but I know that not only did Trump, win everything that he could win, but I saw that maybe Biden, Biden's going through the primary process too for some reason. I don't even know what the fucking point is. But the article read tens of thousands in either Michigan or Minnesota voted, like abstained or voted undecided or undeclared or something like that. I suppose is some sort of protest.
So, they have a tradition in Michigan of voting for like none of the above. I forget the term they use. Maybe it's uncommitted, I think is the term. Yeah. And in a typical election, something like 10,000, maybe even 20 will vote uncommitted. One time they were mad at a candidate, I forget who, and they were 80,000 uncommitteds, and I think Biden got 100,000. If these numbers aren't right, they're close. And it's about his support for Israel. I guess Michigan has a huge Arab American population. Yep. So they hate Israel support. They feel like Palestine are the good guys. And
a lot of people do.
Bless you.
Excuse me. So there was a big protest vote.
Yeah. Even if you don't think the Palestinians, I don't know what a Palestinian even fucking is exactly.
Someone from Palestine.
Find it on a map.
And you can on any atlas prior to 1947.
You see my point then. But all I know is this, man, did you see the one today? Did you see the latest article about Israel? What the articles all say is that the Israelis gunned down a crowd of over 100 people who I guess were stampeding because, they were there for food and they were starving. So they machine gunned down 100 people. That's what the articles read.
I saw hundreds, but who knows the number? I did see the video.
Why Biden doesn't threaten or actually pull support. Be like, all right, this is fucking ridiculous. You are bombing civilians. You are sniping regular people, nurses in hospitals. Too much.
Dude, I saw a Call of Duty montage
over our political system.
I got recommended a video about Israeli snipers that was like a Call of Duty montage of them blowing children's knees off. It was like the Israeli sniper is Hamas's worst nightmare. And I'm like, I don't like this video. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, no shit.
Hamas has a lot of nightmares right now. It's a problem. And
they were like,
it was
they're
Hamas.
like, Israel has hundreds of snipers in buildings right now, and I was like, oh my god, like
I feel differently if what you just said was 100% accurate. Not that you got it wrong, but
yeah.
They're not just shooting Hamas; they're shooting anybody, anyone who's in their fucking crosshairs that's not Jewish. They kill, and that's the issue.
Yeah, it's ghastly.
Collective punishment. Nah. I want to go back to that. I didn't bring it up, but I was so happy when we talked about the Supreme Court and the fine. So Bud Light, not Bud Light. Donald Trump has about over $500 million in penalties to pay right now. There's 88 million plus
So
interest
ridiculous.
for the rape stuff. There's 455 million, including the interest, for the business fraud stuff. And that adds up to something over 500. Nobody knows. And he's only posted a bond for the 5 million so far. So I said 88, but it's actually 83 and 5. And he's posted the bond for the 5 million. He has to come up with the bond for the 88 million, which it doesn't seem like he can get. No one wants to lend him money. And he has to come up with a bond for the 455 million. He needs to do this to appeal. And he can't get anyone to lend him the 455 million either.
I think they're overplaying their hand with this.
We'll see. You might be right. I'm not
sure. I
but
did see a survey that came out that even a very significant, like a third of Democrats, when asked, like, do you think this is happening for justice, or you think it's a politically motivated, targeting of an opponent? And like a big chunk of Democrats was like, well, yeah, it's political targeting.
Yeah.
And that's going to turn a lot of people off, rightfully so, and drive them to the polls. Maybe.
But the next step in it is Trump offered 100 million. He's like, I'll put down 100 million towards the 455, and then you let me appeal it. And I don't think the courts have replied yet, but the expectation is they're like, this isn't the fucking Price is Right. You can't, like, we're not buying a used car here. These are the rules. This is how it works.
No, this is the art of the deal.
So yeah.
Commander in chief.
And he testified that he had over 400 million in cash on hand, which looks like it might be perjury, ? I don't know. Because he said he had over 400 million to pay this stuff. And now he either has to admit he doesn't have the money or something. I don't know. He's in a tough spot to either admit he doesn't have the money he says he always does.
Do you think if he told his Secret Service guy to like whip somebody's ass to like they do it? Or he was like, John, come here. See this guy right here? Why don't you beat the shit out of him? You think you just like rough him up right there?
I think you need to do that if Trump's your guy. Like that's how you get Trump.
I guess what's the point of Secret Service if they don't do stuff like that?
Like Dave, get the door. Senator here needs another noogie.
Yeah,
I think no to the Secret Service. I didn't think it through. I thought of like personal bodyguards when you said that, and fucking TikTokers get that. Mm-hmm. But Secret Service, they're professionals. They don't just beat up innocent people.
But he's your commander in chief, Woody. This is like the Pope telling you that it's not a sin.
So I remember this. I think it was either Obama or W. They had to take him like into a secure bunker.
One of those popes.
And it was W. And he was explaining it. He's like, when they take you to that bunker, they don't ask you. They tell you. They grab the two guys, each one grab him by like a shoulder, basically. And they virtually lifted him and carried him off. He's like, you don't have a say. And I got this vibe from him. It was kind of eye-opening. He's used to being the commander in chief, the president, the most important guy in every room. And then, at least at that moment, the Secret Service was in charge.
No, I'd be the only president to carry a handgun.
That'd be cool.
I'd have a fucking golden pistol that I'd be hanging. Just a big one, open carry all the time. Spurs too. I'd finally get those Spurs I wanted when I was 4, Dad. And I'd be, when the president comes down that hallway on that red carpet and comes to the podium, let you know he just like murked somebody. You've seen Obama do it. I'm sure you've seen Trump do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd show up
with the cowboy hat, and the Spurs.
With the fucking Spurs. I have a little maybe
shooter.
You wouldn't be on top of a horse. It was like.
No, that's a little gauche, I think, Taylor. Come on,
have some class, Taylor. Would you?
The White House.
So are these gold Spurs?
Right. Yeah.
The Spurs would be gold, and I would be wearing a
big old belt
red,
buckle.
White, and blue vest, and I would have a very large belt buckle that says Commander in Chief. I would also be showing a lot of midriff. Okay, I'd be showing a lot of midriff. I'd have the suit on, I I'd get him to give me that Leonidas airbrush treatment before I stepped out too to really make the abs pop. I want them deep, cavernous.
I would love a jacked president.
Dude, Jack
Paul
President
Ryan
would be pretty cool. Paul.
No, he's like a runner.
He looks like
he's fit,
Forrest Gump stand-in. That guy's ears were always so off-putting to me.
But Zach, can you show us the most flattering picture of Paul Ryan you can find?
Like in the world of politicians, that guy is.
I hope he does you like he does me when I'm trying to prove somebody's handsome.
Right, it's gonna be fucking. Who's the
like eating a burger?
It's gonna be Stacey Adams or something.
It's just a picture.
He looks terrible. He's gained 3 people's worth of weight.
That's Gollum, clearly.
Okay, that's good, but I wanted a body shot. Like he's
the one of him on the hurling a 9-pound dumbbell.
Yeah, this looks like the Herman Munster or whatever. Is it Herman? Who's the little one? Spanky Munster?
Yeah, it's Spanky.
Is it Edward? See,
there he is.
That's it. You're right. Whoever described him as a runner's build is a little better than that, but
this was for his Got Milk commercial.
Yeah,
no one did. No one did.
Well, his body fat's in check. He's not really huge.
He put the dairy industry behind 15 years.
This is dude.
Guy takes care of himself.
Paul Ryan is a fitness model in the same way that Tulsi Gabbard is hot. Only if you're looking at politicians.
Nah, I like that white streak in her hair. It reminds me of Rogue from the X-Men. Remember Rogue had that white streak in her hair? I think that shit's hot. No, I'm a big fan of Tulsi Gabbard. I hear she's on the short list for VP. Pull her out of the hat, make her Donald's. Yeah, I hope Donald gets a smoking lady. And I predict, look, I really think Vivek he wants. And no matter what happens, he's going to put Vivek up somewhere nice because he clearly loves the way Vivek kisses his ass. And Vivek's good at it. He's like, I want to show you the next president of the United States, the most handsome, sexy, badass motherfucker I've ever had.
He's got the biggest arms, the greatest charms.
He's here to do Dirt Brand and a whole lot of harm. Trump. You're good at this. You're like, all right.
I think we got our
healthy BMI.
He's fucking fit and his dick is not. I think that he's going to be something, but I don't know if he's going to be VP. I want him to be because I do like him. But Trump has this history of picking hot, sexy ladies to be his like
pants.
The person next to him.
Then Tulsi's the hottest.
His lawyers. He's always like oftentimes in business he'd have the lawyers on his show like his fellow judges. He'd always have some hot chicks around. It's his thing, and he does look better when he's got a hot chick near him. It's a good look to have a beautiful woman next to you or near you or in your vicinity. And with this defense thing, especially when it's sexual assault, great to have a hot, sexy lady saying, "Hey, do you think this man would ever mess with that trash?" You're like, "Oh man, well she said it." It works. So I could see him picking Tulsi Gabbard because I think she's the hottest lady in politics because I think she is, right?
I don't think she pulls many votes on her own though.
She brings Hawaii. Come on. That's 3 electorals.
That's at least 3.
What about
3?
Maybe 4.
I think it's 3.
Oh, never mind.
Tim Scott or Todd Scott?
I mean, it could be 10. I don't fucking
Tim
know.
Scott sounds right.
Tim Scott, you are right.
Oh yeah, Captain Gums himself. Dude, that guy's got the gummiest smile you've ever seen. He looks like the 6th Ninja Turtle. What the hell happened to that guy? It's a bad look.
I mean, you're not wrong, but he gets votes, maybe.
Gummy smiles to me come off as like sincere in a way where like they know they have a gummy smile.
Did I nail it or did I nail it?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Do you not think that like part
Donatello
of you
would never
you
call
see
him when they had a crime
when
to
you
fight.
look at him? I see
no, not him individually. He's a politician, but when I see like a normal person with a gummy smile and they're like really laughing and smiling,
you know what? I find it endearing in girls.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, that seems sincere and like, you know, they probably had something like someone make fun of them about their gummy smile, but they're smiling anyway. And I don't know. You're right. It's endearing. Like that's a good word for it. Not with him though. I don't know anything about him, nor is he cute. So
I
gotta let it pass.
Yeah, I love it. I couldn't remember the joke, but it's like people with tall gums never warn you before they laugh and show you the second story of their townhouse mouth. Oh shit!
I mean, I'd rather have tall gums than.
I wonder if girls find it endearing. It just occurred to me. Like I'm like, I don't really like it in guys. I think they're just not that attractive. But in girls, it's endearing. Maybe they think the same but flipped.
Could be. Depends how much money you make.
Oh, yeah.
My tall gummed king.
It's on your body fat and your height and your money, I guess.
Yeah. Or maybe if you're a guy with big gums, you're probably like more of a tall, dark, and handsome type. You're not smiling. You're like looking like a detective.
Smoldering.
You're smoldering. Exactly. You're looking around. You choose your ingredients at Chipotle with a smoldering.
You gotta be careful you smolder at the DMV. They'll call the support number. They don't play with that anymore. Too many shootings.